All right. Hey, everybody. I hope that you're having a wonderful group so far. So a couple announcements first before we get into talking about our groups. First, this Sunday launches our missions month. We have three guest speakers coming in, and one's a church planner, one's a missionary, and one is a recent graduate from a seminary. But this Sunday is David and his wife, Christy, are coming to speak to us. David actually grew up part of his life here in San Francisco, and he's been a church planner and pastor and youth minister in different various churches. And now he and his wife, Christy, are going to the city of Frisco, Texas, to start a church. And if you know anything about Frisco, it's exploding in population. And that's because a lot of the Californians are actually moving out there. So it's a great opportunity to start a brand new church in a just exploding populated area. So you won't want to miss that. Come out this Sunday to hear from him and their vision for starting a church in Frisco. Secondly, the second announcement I want to say is since before the church ever launched, we have been hosting a Branches Thanksgiving for anyone that doesn't have family or a place to go on Thanksgiving Day. So on Thanksgiving Day, at 1 p.m., we'll be having our Thanksgiving meal. And if that is something that interests you and is something you want to be a part of, then right now, I want you to go to branchessf.com/RSVP. And on that page, you can actually sign up to be part of our Branches Thanksgiving. There's even a place that you can sign up to bring a dish as well, which would be helpful. And we want anyone that wants to be a part of that to join in. Last year we had like over 20 people, and so it might have outgrown our house, so we might do it at the center instead. But we would love for you to be a part of that. But please, you have to let us know soon so that we know how much space that we need and how much food we're going to need and all that. So sign up today for that as well. Well, I want to give you guys a recap of Sunday service. It was all about unity as we looked at John chapter 17, and we saw one of the last prayers that Jesus prayed here on earth. It's actually the longest prayer that we see Jesus pray. And the one thing that he hones in on, that he focuses on, is he prays for the unity among believers. He prays for us. He says, I pray for the disciples now, but also all those that will believe on me and my name. And he prays that we would be one, even as he and the Father are one, which is an incredible thing to think about, that unity. And then he gives us 4 areas of unity and 4 areas in which being unified actually helps us. First is unity and joy. He wants us to be filled with Jesus' joy in our lives, and part of the way we experience that joy is through uniting with our local church, being in unity with other believers. The second thing he says is that we would be united in growth. He talks about how we'd be sanctified through the word, that we're being changed daily. Part of the reason is part of our groups, we have a growth plan, and we end every group time with that, is so that we actually are thinking about how do I need to be growing closer to the Lord, right? And so he wants us to be united as we are sanctified and growing together. Third is that we are united in mission, that the Lord has given us a mission to reach all nations, to make disciples, to preach the gospel to every creature. Part of the reason why we did our outreach on Sunday is just to make contacts within the community and give out invitations and reach these families that live in our city for the gospel of Jesus Christ. And when we're a united church, the Bible tells us, and Jesus actually says, that it helps people to believe that he was sent from God when they see our unity. And last, that we are to be united in love, that we're supposed to love one another and care for one another. So one of the things, though, that actually can hurt that unity is conflict, right? You know that within your own family. When there's conflict, when mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy, right? And when other things are going on, it's just not right. And the same thing can happen within the church family. Sometimes there's conflict, but the Bible actually tells us exactly how to handle that conflict, and it comes straight from Jesus. And so you're going to look at Matthew chapter 18 and how Jesus actually tells us how to handle conflict between believers. And then you're going to also look at how we can grow in unity together as a church and how you can grow in your unity with other believers as well. So as you get into the questions, be open, be honest, and study out God's word together. Love you guys, and I hope they have a great time learning about unity and how we can be unified as a church. Talk to you later. Bye.